Now here's an interesting story for you. Manchester, we're told, has agreed on a deal with Juventus to sign Adrien on personal terms that still need to be negotiated with the midfielder, and his agent Juve is satisfied with letting about leave this summer. He's got 1 year left on his contract. United also remains confident of signing both players, and that's not been ruled out. Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to tell you about the latest news of MU signing Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to never miss any of our videos. Manchester United has turned their attention to Adrien Rabiot to solve their midfield problems as talks for Frenkie de Jong continue to stall. Here, we're going to take a look at why they've opted to move for the polarising Frenchman. The move comes from left field after a summer-long pursuit of Barcelona midfielder DeJong and has been met with some skepticism by supporters. It was only on Friday that United Manager Erik said that it was important to sign the right player rather than just buying anyone, that's out there when quizzed about the club's slow business this summer. The France international has failed to make a substantial impact at Juventus since signing on a free transfer from PSG, and drama seems to follow him wherever he goes. Never far behind is his mother and agent, Veronique. Sunday's 2-1 defeat to Brighton was a wake-up call for Ten Hag, as it laid bare the necessity for reinforcements in midfield. Rabiot is now being lined up to remedy those problems. A broad agreement for the transfer of Rabiot has been reached with Juventus, and United still believes that there's a deal to be done for De Jong. The possibility of signing has not been ruled out, with central midfield identified as a priority area for reinforcement this summer. So now, who is Adrien Rabiot? Well, he established himself in the Paris Saint-Germain's first team after coming through the academy and won 5 Ligue 1 titles in 7 seasons. This midfielder made 227 appearances for PSG, scoring 24 goals. He left in controversial circumstances in 2019 after being frozen out of the club for failing to agree on a new contract. PSG felt that they might have been misled about his intentions, while his mother claimed that he was leaving to quote-unquote buy his freedom. Rabiot was highly sought after when it became clear he would be on the move, with Bayern Munich and Barcelona along with those interested, before he eventually signed for Juventus. He had failed to set Serie A alight since arriving in Turin, and after 4 years, the Italian side is willing to let Rabiot go as he approaches the final year of his contract. Rabiot was picked to be a part of France's stand-up squad for the 2018 World Cup in Russia, but he removed himself as he refused to be a backup and watched on as his teammates lifted the trophy. Didier Deschamps brought him back into the fold for Euro 2020. And Rabiot started 3 out of the 4 matches they played before being knocked out by Switzerland on penalties in the last 16. You look at some of the numbers he's produced and wonder if he's that impressive. European football expert Kevin Hatchard told Sky Sport News. But when you think of the coaches he's played under and the teams he's played for, regular for PSG, Juventus, and playing under Didier Deschamps with France, yeah, you feel that there's got to be something tangible that those coaches see. Ten Hag has tended to line up with 2 midfielders behind Bruno Fernandes since arriving at United, one in a deeper role, which is the position for the former Ajax coach, which he so desperately wants to fill with De Jong, and another operating slightly further up the pitch as a box-to-box midfielder. Fred was used in the deeper role against Brighton, while Scott McTominay pressed higher up the pitch. Their inability to progress the ball from deep made for frustrating viewing and gave Brighton plenty of encouragement to press. Sky Sports pundit Roy Keane said United's midfielders lacked decision-making and football intelligence as he tore into McFred. "They're not good enough," Keane told Sky Sports. "They won't get Manchester United back to competing at the top. We see it week in, week out, and they are not up to it." Rabiot has played both of these roles with Juventus, PSG, and France, but struggled to nail down his best position. The 27-year-old has also spent time playing on the left of a narrow midfield 4 or as a wingback. Hatchard is just unsure where Rabiot would fit into Ten Hag's system, but he believes the midfielder has an improvement on the options that United already has. Technically, he's probably better than someone like Fred or Scott McTominay, Hatchard told Sky Sport News. Maybe he'll be able to progress the ball a bit better. He plays with intensity, as is a bit of a character and somebody who can break up play. He can do a bit of everything, and it'll be interesting to see how Erik Ten Hag uses him. Does he want to have him in that role that McTominay played against Brighton, pressing the play? First and foremost, Rabiot's arrival would address the lack of deeper midfield options at Ten Hag's disposal in a summer which has seen Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic leave on free transfers. His defensive stats show that he would bring stability in transition. Opponents dribbled past Rabiot only 0.8 times per 90 minutes last season. That is fewer than any of United's other midfielders. Rabiot's stats from last season show that he competes pretty well in terms of tackling and his success rate in duels, but he fails to top any of the key passing metrics when compared to United's current options, which raises concerns about how much of an impact he would have on progressing the ball from deep. You look at it and think, what's the plan here? What are they trying to achieve in the long term? Says Hatchard. Rabiot is a good player and he's got good qualities, but I'm not entirely convinced it's a surefire success. The intensity Adrien Rabiot plays with could rub off on other players, in a bad way. What we know is that they need quality and bodies in midfield, and they just don't have it at the moment. If this is looked at as an exchange of Paul Pogba going one way and Rabiot heading the other, I'd say Juventus has got the better deal here. European football expert Andy Brassell told the Transfer Show, "I think the ability of Adrien Rabiot is never in doubt. You're looking at a guy who's got an enormous amount of talent heading into his late 20s, and we still don't know where he fits best on the pitch. The McFred thing, it's not working for him. They need to change the shape of the team a little bit. And I think it makes sense if they end up in more of a 4-3-3. With Erik, Ten Hag there, it makes sense. If Rabiot is on the left side of that, it could work. He's very athletic, he's a good passer of the ball, and he can tackle. Of course, he was in the Manchester Academy, so he knows English football and he knows what he can expect from it. The fee is going to be the easy bit, as Juventus is delighted to even get one. They just want him off the wage bill. For United, it's about giving him a raise on top of that. His mum drives a hard bargain, so United's just going to have to be patient. Italian football expert Mina Rizzucchi, if Rabiot is being looked upon as the solution to Manchester United's midfield, then I'd be very surprised. I'm yet to really understand what it is that he excels at. I think he might be a complementary figure to what can be a very good midfield, but I wouldn't put him in a midfield that is struggling to find its identity, or working in a cohesive unit already. He's not dynamic. He's not particularly fast. His defensive markings can be a little off-key, and he really hasn't excelled at Juventus. Yet he is still the pick for Didier Deschamps at France. When it comes to Massimiliano Allegri, he's always been noted in the starting lineup. We know the coaches like him, but I struggle to understand. I rarely look at him at Juventus and thought, wow, what a great player. Well, that's pretty much the whole story. So what do you think about all of this? Let us know in the comment section below. Do like and share this video, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel, or do, whatever. And also hit that bell icon and never miss any of our videos. Catch you in the next one. Until then, watch us on YouTube. Woohoo.